welcome this man to the World Series. I think he's a great ball player.
Oh, jeez.
I really do. He's going to be Rookie of the Year this year.
Oh, big statement.
He did well enough in the playoffs, and this is not going to be any different for him. And just to enjoy it.
That was kind of weird, huh? Did you hit home run the World Series?
I had one.
Okay.
It was a big thrill. Maybe he can
Show
hit.
me how to do that.
Oh,
That's what I want to do. I know we'll turn double plays and make all the plays, but about a home run.
well, you gotta eat breakfast in the morning. Eat that extra piece of toast. You'll be all right.
In the 8th inning of Game 7 of the 1991 World Series, Twins middle infielders Greg Gagne and Chuck Knoblauch became actors. With Lonnie Smith on first, Knoblauch and Gagne went through the motions of starting a double play on a ball hit by Terry Pendleton that was actually headed for the gap. Smith hesitated and failed to score the game's first run.
Lonnie Smith sees the ball in the gap, and look, he looked at Knoblauch. You see Gagne and Knoblauch combining for the decoy.
Twin starter Jack Morris said there's more to this story.
What happened is Pendleton was struck out. He should never hit that ball. If you look at the replays, there was a 2-2 or 3-2 pitch that the umpire calls a foul tip. Third base umpire calls a foul tip. He's 99 feet away. I'm about 60 feet away, and I know dang well he never touched the ball. So it's really strike three. Pendleton's out. I have to pitch to him again, and then he hits the ball in the alley, and, you know, they do the great job of deking him.
The ruse by Knoblauch and Gagne kept Game 7 scoreless, and it's number 25 on the countdown of the Minnesota Twins' top 100 Metrodome moments.
1991 World Series, I would say, is one of the great World Series of all time. And the Decoy with Greg Gagne and Chuck Knoblauch in Game 7. And this is from one of the two of that duo of Knoblauch Gagne. And this is the second time I've tried for this player. First time I saw, because he wasn't signing or was moving last time. He's usually a really good TTMer. But I have here Mr. Greg Gagne here on the 1987 tops and the 1988 tops. And I did ask for that inscription. Two-time World Series champion, and he put that in the 87. He put 87-91 World Series champion with the John 3:16 inscriptions on both of them. Bible verses, which are 2 for 2 in 8 days, no fee, out of Providence, Rhode Island. He's a local kid from here in Massachusetts. This is Gregory Carpenter Gagne. He was born on November 12, 1961 in Fall River, Massachusetts. Gagne played 15 seasons in the majors, including parts of 10 seasons with the Twins. He also played with the Kansas City Royals and the Los Angeles Dodgers to end his career. He's a 5th-round draft pick, 2-time World Series champion. Great, all-around great shortstop, all-around great guy. I really enjoyed in that intro there, that banter back and forth between Gagne and Knoblauch. It kind of told you kind of guy he is. He was a graduate at Somerset High School down on the South Shore of Massachusetts. And he has a guy with a very interesting story, which I came to find out recently. And I made a little video here of his story, kind of combined between two different interviews in 2014 and 1987, because he had a pretty tough upbringing. And he's a man who turned it around and became Major League Baseball player, and I found it quite inspiring. So this is why he is the subject of this Saturday special this week. These are weekly specials that I do with TTM Returns. In some way, to me, I find it special. Either their stories or something else about about their career or whatnot. And here's a little video I hope you enjoy about Mr. Greg Gagne.
I guess I have to go back and give you a little brief testimony of my life. Growing up, I grew up and I love sports. Baseball, football, basketball. I was a very gifted athlete. And, then My parents ended up getting separated and divorced, and as a kid, I just didn't feel loved. I didn't think anybody cared about me, so I didn't really care about myself. And so I went and I kind of did some crazy stuff, just, didn't really care about life. And I think a lot of kids out there today can get like that, where they don't have a good knowledge of who they really are. And so they get down on themselves. They don't think they're worth nothing. And that was me.
Well, I think probably when I was maybe 11 or 12, I would be drinking. And I just, any way I could get it, I try to get it. So at that age, that's when I started. And it was more or less because I didn't think that anybody cared or loved me. And I just wanted freedom to do whatever I wanted to do. And
until I ended up coming on in the minor leagues. I signed by the Yankees in the 5th round, and I was coming back on a road trip, and the guy introduced Jesus Christ to me. He just opened up the word spoke to me. Said, like, for all I've sinned and fall short of the glory of God. I said, yeah, I can deal with that. I know I'm a sinner. I've done a lot of bad things and this and that. And what he said to me just made sense to me. It says, like, God chooses. I think he chooses everybody. But that day, it seemed like he really chose me. And I understood what he was saying. It says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever shall believe in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. And I say, what? Everlasting life? Will live forever? And that's a beautiful thing. You can't even wrap your head around it. But what he said made a lot of sense to me. And
as far as I'm concerned, and as I lived and I was in drugs and into alcohol and stuff like that for a purpose in life, I just try to keep my eyes focused on Jesus, and that's my life, and that's where I draw my strength from.
And so as this progressed, then in your career, you moved right on pretty much despite your involvement with chemicals. So when did it reach its end or its climax for you, Greg?
I would say in my first year in rookie ball, I was a 17-year-old kid. I get drafted by the Yankees in the 5th round, and I went to Paintsville, Kentucky, and there was guys on the team my room with who were still smoking and still drinking. And I said, I don't want to do this, because I ain't going to be worth much out there on the field. I want to get the most out of my career and my abilities, and I had to curtail that and cut it out. So that year was a time where I really thought about really making a commitment to play baseball, and stay away from the drugs. So that would have to be the time where I had no interest in that stuff.
And that was my beginning of my Christian life, my beginning with Jesus, and that was one of the most important things to me at that time, because I don't know if I'd be here today, or I really don't. I don't know if I'd be here today if I didn't find Christ. So that was one of the biggest things in my life, and that's when I turned my life over to Christ, and then I was a new man.
I think if we can help them understand what I'm hearing you say, that you found yourself in, I'm going to say, probably a position of low self-esteem, where you were somewhat lonely and wondered if you could cut it.
Yeah.
Is that the areas that you were having troubles in?
I think, as far as I felt like I wanted my freedom. I felt kind of lonely, that nobody really cared about me. In my early years, I found out when I was 17 that my dad did care about me, and I had a high school coach who cared about me. But I guess I was a little bit too immature to really think that anybody cared about me. But there are people out there who care about you, and if you might have a problem or whatever, but there's people out there who care about you.
But you wonder, because as you were moving up the ladder, I'm sure you had times when you really wondered, your self-confidence perhaps was low at times.
Yeah, it's that's where I try to draw. I try to draw my strength from Jesus, from God, because He puts everything in perspective, and He loves me, and I know He loves me, and He cares about me, and he's making me into the person he wants me to be. So I have to just trust in him and just follow his ways.
You've been searching probably for something that was missing in your life.
Yeah, I was searching for something. I guess you know, I knew I wanted to play baseball, but something else was still missing. And you know, I was trying a little bit of yoga and stuff like that too. But that the main, you know, that's what I say. He found me. I wasn't really looking for him, but he found me.
There it is, folks, a testimony of Mr. Greg Gagne. God found him. And I don't know what's going on through your life right now, but I just want to remind people out there care about you. There's help out you if you're struggling with something. There's counseling, there's family, friends can help. You know, and people love you, and God loves you. So don't forget that and seek it out. Indeed. Very moving testimony. Very interesting guy, I thought, you know. Didn't know a lot about him, actually, before I started researching this TTM. And I'm glad I found out a little bit more about Mr. Greg Gagne. Indeed. And this is no decoy here, like that awesome decoy play between him and Knoblauch. This is the real thing here. Indeed, Mr. Gagne is no decoy. Indeed. But that play was pretty cool in Game 7 of the 91 World Series. Yeah, no, and actually, Gagne did hit another home run. He hit a home run in Game 1 of the 91 series. A 3-run home run, a big home run. Anyways, I thank you so much, Mr. Gagne, for taking your time to sign my cards and with the inscriptions as well. You know, players don't have to do that extra stuff, and he chose to do that. I'm glad I was able to get some cards signed by Mr. Gagne, and I'm glad that you have joined me for another TTM Show Saturday special. Running on a little longer here, but I thought this was worth some time to tell you the story of Mr. Greg Gagne. Anyways, I hope you all have a great week. I'll talk to you really soon. Take care. God bless. Peace.